guys, what's up? Another video. What's happened? I'm trying to figure out what's happened since you've been gone. Since the last video. It's all gone. Golf's gone. I cracked on, didn't record it, but yeah, it's gone to the scrapyard. I got everything I needed off it, filled it up with rubbish, got it dragged out, and it's gone to the scrapyard down the road. So my mate Jace came and towed it away for me. Lovely jubbly. What else? I cleaned it all, degreased it, jet washed it, got it as clean as I can. All of it's all going to go off and get powder coated. Once it's all been mocked up and put in and whatnot, I'll all go powder coating. Going to poly bush everything anyway. So yeah, that's it. So tonight's task is stash all the stuff in a corner somewhere that I don't need at the moment, which is most of the stuff off the Corrado. I'm going to tuck it out of the way, and then get the Corrado in, start ripping that apart. Don't know how far I'll get with the Corrado tonight, but I've got a bit of a plan to help me with the alignment of the rear wheels and where they got to go, which I'll show you. It includes a laser level basically, and some masking tape. Sounds odd, but it kind of works in my head. We'll see what happens. So yeah, we're doing that. We'll get some panels off, probably get the doors off, boot off, bonnet off, wings, get all that sort of stuff off, get the interior stripped out as much as I want it stripped out, which will probably be everything down to the dash. Probably take the windscreen out. Yeah, get all that stuff out, see how far we go, and then maybe get around to ripping the rear axle out, I don't know. And the engine and the front end will be another time, and then there'll be all the little bits like all the brake lines and all the fuel lines and everything under the car. That's all got to come off. There's a few things I'm getting rid of which won't be going back in, such as handbrake. That'll be going. I'm just going to be using a hydraulic handbrake, because you can get them with locks on, so it can be used as a handbrake. That'll be going. The brake booster will be going because I'm going to run a pedal box, so I won't need a brake booster anymore. So that'll be going, so I can plate that up in the engine bay. So there'll be lots of things coming off that won't be going back on. And over the next, God knows how long, probably a while, because it's all money. I'll be buying bits to replace them all and whatnot. But we got the majority of stuff we need. We've got the rear diff and the rear subframe and the rear everything. We've got the gearbox. We've got the front end, we've got the engine already and the subframe and all that. So I've got enough to keep me going. I will need to order some metal and whatnot for when I come to mount all the rear end in the back. But that's a little way off, and I've got that all lined up. Just got to give it the go ahead and it will get delivered. So yeah, I'll let me show you where we are. Let me take you off this actually. There we go. So you can probably see. Again, I can't take you far because I'm plugged into the mains, but next to Buster. Hey B-Dog. Alright, mate? Yeah. Yeah, there it is, gearbox. Rear end. All clean and degreased as best as I can. And front end. Don't need any of that really, apart from the dry shaft. So yeah, and I can't get them off because I made a rookie mistake and took it all out before undoing the dry shafts, and I don't have a knocker gun to rip them out. So I've got to try and get them undone and get those dry shafts off. I don't know if I actually need them yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using them. I'm going to have to custom make some, or I can use mine already, because obviously I'm pretty sure the driver's side, yeah, so that one is going to be a fair bit shorter, purely because it comes off the transfer box there. And again, the other side might be different as well. So we're going to keep them just in case. I might have to get some made. If I do, I do. It's just add it to the list of stuff I need to get made and buy. But yeah, so I'm going to have a tidy up, sort everything out, won't bother videoing that, and then we'll get the Corrado in and start playing. Sound, enjoy the video, and I'll see you later. Bye! Alright. Alright guys, go and see if we can get the Corrado to start. It's the first time I've even attempted to start it in quite a while. Got the keys, I've got battery on it, just jump in to make some power. Let's see what happens. I don't know if you'll be able to see. It's a bit dark. It's a bit steamy in here. A bit mouldy, it's a bit damp and wet. There is actually some mould on the floor. Power? Got some power. Got some lights. There's mould. If you can see that. Come on then, you little beauty. First time in a couple of months, like August-ish time. Fucking straight away, look at that! This thing never lets me down. Never fails. Oh, slipping off the clutch. We got lights? Oh, we do have some lights. Everything. Handbrake stuck on. It's got flat tyres. I know that much. I'm doing with misted up windows and doors and mirrors and everything. Right. Right, we'll leave it there and drain the water out. Yes, there we are. Before it goes all the way in, let's drain some fluids out of it. She's in. Beautiful baby girl. It's damp, it's got water in, stinks, it's got mould. It's dirty, but it's in. It's going to be coming out for a while, that's for sure. So, plan. I said earlier about using some masking tape and a laser level. I will explain my idea. So, rear end is going to have nothing in there for me to line up bolts and whatnot for the diff and for the rear subframe. So I'm going to be making it from scratch. So I need to know where the wheels are going to go. I don't want them off or over or anything. It needs to be dead straight, otherwise I'm going to crab down the road and it will drive horrible and whatnot. So one of my ways, not going to be the only way I'm going to do it, but one of the ways I'm going to do it as a bit of a reassurance is we've got a laser level. But if you ever watch my hot rod film videos, you would have seen me use it to cut the roof. So what I'm going to do is, I'll move this down a bit. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to set the laser level up. I'm going to draw a line with the laser level straight down the back end here, down the middle of the wheel, straight through the middle of the hub. Now that's probably about the height I'm going to run it all the time. I don't know, I might go stupid low if I'm doing everything. I might build everything up higher and lift the engine and go really low. But for now, as far as I'm concerned, that's where it's sitting. So I'm going to put a laser line straight down there, through the middle of the hub, and then run a line of masking tape straight down that line. So when I come to do the rear end, it's one extra reference to where the wheel will sit in the wheel well. Now, some of you that own Volkswagens will know when you lower a Volkswagen, most Mark 1s, Mark 2s, Mark 3s, Corrados, Passats, all the single beam rear end stuff basically, one single beam. When you lower them, they suck in, so they push forward in the rear wheel arch. A lot of people buy those plates that relocate the hub. So what I'm going to do is do the laser line down it's pretty centred where they are because I don't have it massively low. So I'm going to do the laser line masking tape, both sides down. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a laser line horizontally across the bottom, through the middle of the hub again, and I'm going to run a line of masking tape through it, just through the back wheel. So that'll give me a reference for when I do mock the rear end in, I can actually position the wheel on that laser line again. I'll put the laser up on that masking tape line and get that cross, fingers crossed, roughly in the middle of the hub, in the middle of the wheel. So that'll give me a rough area from the outside, and then what I can do is measure 1,000,000 times probably on the inside just to make sure it's 100%. So that's my idea with the laser. That's why I was about lasers and masking tape. So I'm going to crack on with that, and I need to wipe off all the water first, dry it, and I'll give it a wipe down and a clean before I put the masking tape on. So yeah, sound, enjoy, cheers guys.
Turn the volume up. What? Kill it. Blast off. Yeah. Time traveler rhymes had us divine, masters of shine. Rapping unsigned and had some fine battles. But congrats in your chronic glass, rewind the past. But when the smoke clears, will the drama last? I find a passion when I'm relaxing. I gotta mask it. How I stay relevant without a proper classic. You could blame the ethics, but never stain the message. When I paint a picture, this shit ain't a record. I'm way perfected, so wait a second. They main objective to take the method and change it like they can make it better. Mistaken error, you'll awaken terror. I shake a Guerrero the stages and I don't stage it ever. I Nagasaki the common copy, then kamikaze. If he dies, he dies. This is kinda rocky, and I'll probably meet the man on the moon. So you should follow me to stand on it soon. Yeah.
Roger that.
I'm cued in.
How you living out there?
I'm coolin'. Hook the Sputnik up with some out.
Sorted. Yeah, all the tape I had didn't stick apart from gaffer. The gaffer tape it was. It's pretty manky, it doesn't matter about the paperwork really, because I'm going to redo it. Anyway, as you can see, my idea was, I need to get in the shot, anyhow. So I'll run laser line down, masking tape, or gaffer tape, straight down this line. So that is the centre line for my rear wheel. So when I come to position the rear end in, I can put the laser line back up, run it down this tape line, and need to get the centre of the wheel in line with that laser line. Simple, he says. That's just one of the markings. So I was going to put one along the bottom, but then I realised that doesn't make any odds, because if I was to put a bigger wheel on it, the hub would be higher, so that doesn't make any odds. But the main one is getting that dead straight line basically, because if it's like that it's going to crab, it's like that it's going to crab. Anyway, it needs to be dead straight. So this is just another way of doing that basically. So yeah, now I'm going to start taking stuff off the car. I'll probably start on the exterior bits and bobs, so I'm going to get the lights out, the rear, I'll start on the back end, so rear lights out. I'll get the bumper off, get the boot maybe off. They're pretty heavy, I don't know if I'll be able to lift it off myself, but and yeah, just go around, strip all the little bits and bobs off tonight, and then get it up on axle stands ready to get the rear end out and the front end out, and then we can get it on the rotisserie as quick as possible. Get chopping, he says. Fucking hell. Sam, cheers boys.
Yeah. You see?
Right now. He's always on time. He's always got the shine. He's always on time. He always got the shot. There's brilliance in the air, and I can feel the blessings. You reach your full potential if you stop stressing. You gotta take a shot, it ain't no room for guessing. These devils never stop, what God is destined. If you're reaching from the spirit, they won't let you near it. If you shift the status quo, they will always fear it. My scriptures been fearless like Jet Li. Intrepid flow, my wave is historic like a jet ski. Test me if you want, cause God got me covered. Only Lord knows how much I suffered. Highly blessed, some never recovered. Stutter stepped a couple times, a lot was cluttered. Found love through the hate that was given to me. I used to feel like hope was hidden from me. Praise the Most High for the most time, cause most of the time the divine will always shine. The divine will always shine. Yeah. The divine, they will always shine. Check it. The divine will always shine. The divine, they will always shine. A bunch of bad habits and some contradictions. It's all about the beauty and the compositions. It's all this competition of constant addictions. Commercializations leads to constant conditions. I remember when we had some role models. Nowadays, it's all about a polar bottle. It's looking real bad from my different nieces. Shit is sad, I told them look for Jesus. There's a lot of beauty in simplicity, especially if it's visually and even if it's mentally. It's not a crime to be original. If so, they treat you like a criminal. I prefer physical over digital. Individual talent is like a miracle. Self-love is always through the thick and thin. That's a promise that will last you to the very end.
Because it's fucking toxic. I'm shocking people with new facts like my name is Raiden. Cooking up the soul with ruler why ain't no apron. Yeah. Check it. It's about the little change. Do it with some soul and a little change. Yeah. It's about the little change. Do it with some soul and a little change. You can't make a change unless you got the little change. Do it with some soul and a little change. You can't make a change unless you got some little change. Do it with some soul and a little change. I'm connected to my culture like I got a twin. Identical to a turntable with a different spin. Time don't change people, people change people. They say it's so balanced, but it really ain't equal. Everything the same, it's a lyrical imbalance. Never mistake making money with actual talent. Some of y'all do it for the streets, do it for the peeps. I do it for the people that's working 40 every week. Nothing this way, or positive vibes. Everything that I write or I try to describe, put it on my life, put my life on the line. Every time that I rhyme, I never deprive with middle lies. Yeah, check it. It's about the little change. Do it with some soul and a little change. Yeah, it's about the little change. Do it with some soul and a little change. You can't make a change unless you got the little change. Do it with some soul and a little change. You can't make a change unless you got some little change. Do it with some soul and a little change.
Yeah, was terrorizing the heavens. How you forget the prophets? You never live in the session, so miss me with your logic. I'm just a pilot, diving to get about it. Forget the mileage, the trip was childish. And this is now, it's a grown man that won't land. Still spaced out, off my own jams. Conan with the flow, damage your whole camp. No amateur, yo, get with the program. If your antennas are broke, you need to go scam and get the 4.11 on my whole plans. Scheme like it's a green light on my dream life. He might not have made it, but yo, my team might. Proceed right and I keep repping, we beat checking. I really need to cut it out. C-section, a week left in the month, and I ain't slept for nothing. For eternity, I'll be blessing something.
Peep the science, we the giants. Hop in this spaceship and be defiant. I know you heard of me, and this is rocket science, eternity.
Yeah, you out of order. I might be the nicest, flow cut from the cloth for the Shroud of Turin. I ain't guiding them, a couple following my steps. I backtrack to tell them I ain't guided them. It's tribalism, my vision is my whipping. Kunta with the Ku Klux and an eye missing. We vibe different, you ride but the collide distant. And my bars whizzing all through the star system. Y'all tripping if y'all digging that fraud-ish and applaud. That should be against my ballad, dog. Drawn on it, I'm going off on the calm ball. Back in 94, that was how we rolled. But now we go in the chariot with the aliases. They in love with this shit, but we married this. Your caddy kicking, but daddy pimping is fabulous. The rebirth for hip-hop, carry.
Hey! So, yeah, all done. Well, I say all done. Most of it's stripped out. So, seats out, interior's out, roof lining's out, door cards off. Any bits of crap out. The bad little flood is starting to dry. I don't know where that leak's coming from, I'm going to have to sort it out, but it's definitely leaking from somewhere. And let's have a look. So yeah, I did teach myself to weld, and this was probably some of the first bit of the welding I did, and it's fucking disgusting. Definitely didn't paint any of that either, so it's just kind of rusted. But we'll ignore that for now. That'll all get cut out. Yeah, so if we go over here, you'll see, if I zoom in, boom, boom, boom. A little bit of rust. Just a little bit, and you can't see because it's too dark, but if you watch my screwdriver, yep, yeah, it disappears. So, I knew it was there. I knew it was there. Oh, no. Oh, there's another bit. Yeah, I knew it was all there, so there's some there as well. But this is why I'm doing it. This is the reason I'm doing what I'm doing, basically. So, yeah. I don't know what that is. I don't really know. If anyone knows what that is, can you tell me in the comment section, please? That'll be mint. So, cause I want to see if I can get rid of it. I want to sack off as much wiring and cabling as possible out of this thing, so speaker cables will go. I'm tempted to get rid of the central lock-in because I don't really need it. Aerial's going to go. Well, anything and everything, basically. Get rid of as much crap as I can. I'm hoping that's ABS. If it is, I ripped out the ABS ages ago, so that can go, hopefully, and all the wires for it. If not, I'll trace it, see where it goes, see what happens. Yeah, so that'll all be going. Get rid of central locking, probably. I don't need it. Don't matter. I am thinking about deleting the sunroof. There's a lot of weight in it. It will stiffen it up if I replace it, put a panel in there. I might do that. It's just, obviously it's curved. I think it's curved anyway, really. Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be getting that form. I don't think it's dead flat, but I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that at all. But yeah, so that's it so far. I've got a big pile of stuff in the corner. I've got boxes, bits kicking around, all sorts. So yeah, next video I will be down here and I'm gonna clean and hoover the inside, strip back some wires, do some tracing, strip a bit of the dash out. I might take the dash out, I don't know. it's a fucking ball ache. And I don't know if I need to really, but I probably end up will, I probably will. But hey, so get to there, doors off, get the boot off, bumper off, get as much as I can off the body of the car off and whatnot, and then I can worry about all the mechanical side of it, so get the rear axle out, get the front end and the engine and subframe and all that malarkey out and out of the way. And then yeah, it will be time to get it on the spit and get it flipped over, get the floor stripped of all the underseal, go around and start looking at rust and start looking at cutting the floor out in the boot to see about getting this rear end in. So yeah, that's all got to come out. It's going to be interesting considering I do not know what I'm doing, but hey ho, when do I ever know what I'm doing? It's worked out kind of alright since now, so. But yeah, 25 years, 26 years, and it's only just starting to rust through. If I do a good job, it's got another 25 years in it, innit? So, fingers crossed, it'll all go smoothly, and yeah, you'll all be joining me. Let's see what happens anyway. Right guys, I'm gonna go get some food because I'm starving, because it's like 10 o'clock and I haven't eaten dinner yet. So I'm gonna go get some food, go home, have a shower, sit down, chill out, and I will see you next time. Later, bye!